Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's have a look at what the markets are doing. The market's actually been selling off for the last couple of days, and I want to be sharing with you what I'm seeing right now and some simple things that I've been sharing with you over the last especially the last few weeks, but over the last couple of months, but especially over the last few weeks about these markets. And there's something that's really important to your trading. You personally, as an individual, as a trader, it's so important to understand what I'm about to say in this video. So guys, before I start, guys, if you haven't done so yet, then make sure you grab access to that $7 trading course. Very first link in the description below. You can get access to that if you need help just understand how to read these charts and so on and so forth. So let's get straight into the markets right now. Now, what's been happening right now is that the markets have been selling off quite strongly, right? We had one down day. I did a video yesterday saying that that it'd be really hard to see whether we do continue to follow through or not. If I bring up this page, right, this one right here, we can see that we actually had this is the long-term trend line. So this long-term trend line came up. We had this sort of bull flag through here. We had this bearish sort of breakdown, and we actually had to continue follow through where we are today. And looking at the Dow Jones, same thing as well too, right? We had this movement up through here. We had this sort of bullish looking flag. Now, what I've been saying, and this is something that's something I mentioned at the start of this video about something that's really important to your trading career. One of the things that you must do whenever you're looking to place a trade is you wait for your confirmation. I cannot stress that enough. Yes, I have been quite bullish on this market for the last week. I've been saying, look, here's a bull flag, right? Here's a bull flag. We've got a bull flag through here. The buyers look like they're holding up. It looks like they're holding up. Looks like that we may actually get a break above this here, right? So I actually said, wait for the break out first. And so what's been happening here is that it's so important that when you're trading that you wait for the breakout first. Now, no, I didn't trade. I didn't buy call options here or go long the market just because it was just in a bull flag. No. What do? You need to wait for the market to tell you, right? You need to wait for confirmation. What was my confirmation? I was saying that I need to see a break above new highs, right? Then we're likely to see a Dow 29,000. Makes sense? So yes, this to me, that was actually building buying pressure. But there's, as you can see, right, when you're trading the markets, it's so important that when you're looking at the market and you see something setting up, right, there might be a good setup happening in the markets, you need to wait for confirmation. Don't FOMO into the markets where, you know, a lot of people, they want to jump in early, right? Let me get in now before it breaks. And then there's like, oh shit, it didn't even confirm, right? And then and then the market goes complete. I know a lot of people that would have tried to go long here thinking that the market was going to race to 29,000. Now, I did think it was going to race to 29,000, but we all need to wait for that confirmation first, right? So no, for you guys that have been watching my YouTube videos, like, no, I have not been long this. I have not gone long this market at all. I don't just go long because it looks like it's setting up. No. It's so important that you as an individual trader, that you know exactly what you're looking for on the chart for you to trade. See, I do my analysis that I'm looking at right now on the Dow Jones, and, you know, even looking at the S&P 500, you know, and things looking weak, and I'll get more into that. But as you continue follow through with your own trading, it's so important. Like right now, guys, you guys might not realize, but yesterday I got into 2 short positions of different stocks, and today I actually got into another 3 positions. So I'm in 5 trades in total right now. They're all bearish trades. So do you see what I'm saying there, right? Yesterday I did analysis on the stock on the S&P 500 and the Dow and the Nasdaq, but you know, that was just the analysis for you guys. But what you guys don't see behind the scenes is that I'm an active trader. I'm an active trader, or I'm a trader, which simply means is that, like yesterday, right, I got into 2 trades. Guess what? One of those trades is really in nice profit, and the other one's just slightly in profit. And then I got into 3 beautiful trades today. Guess what? I know a couple of those, 1 or 2 of them might be losses. I might have one sort of small profit. I know at least a couple of those are going to give me really good profits. Guess what? Winner, chicken dinner. I make money. So you see what I'm saying there, right? So even though I do my analysis here and I say the markets look like it's building, I've been doing, it looks like we're going to hit, if we do get the breakout, that's what I'm saying. If we do, that if is waiting for confirmation, right? Because we never know what's going to happen. And I want you to really drive home, I really want to drive home the point here that if you go back and watch my videos over this last week, I've been saying, wait for the breakout first. Wait for the market to tell you. Wait for a break up to all-time new highs. If that happens, then we're likely to go for a new run. But that's the most important thing about the markets, right? You need to be flexible with the markets, flow with the markets, but also wait for your confirmation. I cannot stress that enough. I know a lot of people that would have went long these markets, thinking it was going to break and run the 29,000. They didn't wait for the breakout first. They didn't wait for the market to say, okay, we're now likely to run through here. We didn't get that, did we? What did we get? We get some selling off. And again, what you guys see from, I do these videos just to help you see what's happening with the S&P 500, the Dow Jones and all that sort of stuff, right? So I do these videos for you to help you out. But there's no way I'm going to say, and there's no way that there's no way that I'm going to tell you that I know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I have no idea. For crying out loud, Ray Dalio, the most successful investor of all time, biggest hedge fund manager of all time, he doesn't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. All we can do is flow with the markets. Okay, so that's so important, guys. Please never FOMO into the markets. Like people FOMO, they get in like because they're fearful of missing out when things are going off. And then they try to get in really early. Right? I'm going to get in before the breakout. It's like you think you know what's going to happen. Bumpow, biggest mistake that I've made a long time ago was that trying to think that I know what was going to happen. Oh, this is definitely going to break out. This is definitely going to. It's like, no. The market is the biggest humbling pie you'll ever face, right? And I always tell my private clients this. And so that's what I'm saying, like, right, guys, like, yes, I have been quite bullish on the indices, the S&P 500 and the Dow. I really did think, right, this is my thinking here, I really did think we're going to get that breakout. And I said, if we do get the breakout, we're likely to run. But do I trade that what I think or what I hope or what I feel? No, I don't trade what I think. What do I trade? I trade my setup. So every day I'm doing my scans, I'm looking through the stocks. And as I said to you yesterday, right? Like I did a video yesterday saying that we may be holding up here. We're not out of the woodworks yet. Now today, things are starting to unfold a bit differently. I'll get into that in a minute. Right, things are starting to unfold a bit differently. So it's so important that you flow with the markets. But what do? I trade a plan. Whether it's a bullish setup or bearish setup, I don't care what the S&P or the Dow is doing as I'm doing this analysis. Like I said before, right, yesterday, I did a video saying, we're not out of the woodworks yet. But yesterday, I actually went short two different stocks I went short. Really nice profit today. Thank you. Winner chicken dinner. Right, and then I actually went short another 3 stocks today. So I'm actually short 5 different stocks right now. Not because I think it's a good idea or I think, I'm going to try to see if this works out or, I hope this works out, all that sort of stuff. No, these 5 stocks that I'm short right now have my setup, have exactly what I'm looking for in this. Some of them are going to be, I might have 1 or 2 losers in there. Probably one of them is going to be a loss, or maybe all of them are going to be a profit. I don't know, right? But all I do know is that when it's all said and done, after all these 5 trades are closed, I am going to make money. I know that. Which one, maybe 1 or 2 of them are going to be really big home runs, and then I have a couple of small profits and 1 loss. Like I don't know, and that's the whole thing about trading, right? So, as I said before, like the market's going down. But I'm actually making money from this market going down because my system said go short these stocks because it was my plan. And that's what I always tell my private clients, right? Wait for confirmation. We need to see the setup. So we have a setup in place. Then we have a confirmation candle or confirmation bar. Then like the confirmation candle, confirmation bar, say for example on the Dow Jones or the S&P, what would that have been? We have the setup. The setup here is the flag formation. What is confirmation? Confirmation is a break above all-time new highs. That would be confirmation to go long, right? Wait for the breakout first. Because we didn't get that, you should not be long this market right now. We should not be long the Dow Jones anyway. Make sense? And that's what I'm always telling my private clients all the time. It's so important that you flow with the markets. You only trade your setup. You stick to the rules no matter what. Even if I think the Dow Jones and the S&P look really bullish, if I have some stocks that are setting up that have bearish setups and a bearish trade, I have to take that trade on that particular stock. Why? Because it's my setup. It's my plan. I can't pick and choose because now I'm skewing the results. Makes sense? And so that's why I'm always telling my private clients is wait for that confirmation and flow with the markets and have good risk management on every single one of these trades and then let it go. Makes sense? So guys, with my coaching program, I've got one spot left right now for a 75% off. If you'd like to get access to my strategy, what I trade, both bullish and bearish, on all the different markets. If you'd like to get my weekly coaching and daily coaching, so so for example, right now, my coaching clients know the trades I'm in right now, right? So because I tell them, I'm not gonna release that to the public because that's what my private clients for. If you want to know the trades I'm in right now, or if you want to know the trades that I'm active in when I do trade, and you want to get my weekly coaching starts straight away. Weekly coaching and daily coaching on the Facebook group where we talk every single day, and I'm coaching every single day. Starts straight away and ends at the end of next year. So if you want that, I've been running a special for 75% off. I've just had one spot left open. So the first person to email me at howtrader, HOWELL trader @gmail.com gets that. Now the thing is, guys, is let's have a look at this. The weekly charts here, because something really interesting has been happening here. If we have a look at this weekly chart, look at this here. So let me delete this flag off here for a minute. And if I look at this, if I draw a trend line from there to there, notice how we've had this support through here, ran up, and now it's hit resistance through there, and now it's backing off. If I draw the exact same bottom through here, in fact, if I just do something like, it's probably something through there, isn't it? Maybe something going on through there. Actually, let me go to the S&P 500 because I think that's a bit more. There we go. There, right? Look at this here. So we had this support through here. Notice how it broke down and hit the top of this trend line, and now it's breaking off, right? And now look what's happening right now as well too. Now we're starting to even break past this level here. So we're starting to get a lot of weakness. Notice how, whenever you look at the angle, notice how we're starting the angle here, instead of it being sharp, it's starting to flatten out. We had this double top in place. We're still making higher lows, right? Because the market is still like in that indecision period. We're still making this higher low through here. So this higher low right now, this higher low through here, okay, this point through here is indeed exactly that. This is the line in the sand for the S&P 500. Why am I saying that? Because if we break that, that's when, guys, this is a topping pattern, at least for now, a double top. If we break that, because it's not over yet, right? We could still hold here and continue up. We never know, but flow with the market. Wait for the market to tell you. So what's happening right now is that if we do start to break below the low through here, that's now a breaking of this low with a double top in place. Very bearish. Then we're likely to run up, make a lower high, and then run down, and probably even run down towards these lows through here. Make sense? So that's what I'm seeing there right now on the SPY or the S&P. Same thing there. The S&P 500 is breaking down through there. So we are definitely starting to get a lot more stronger selling. It's really, no one's really in control right now. Okay, we're in that indecision in this overall bigger picture here. We're in that indecision time. Is it going to top out? Is it not? We're starting to get a lot of bearish tone right now. From this, especially when we did have this bull flag here, right? This bull flag here, but look what happened. We broke out yesterday. I said, we're not out of the woodworks yet. This support line could come into play, and then bam, they knocked it down again. So now look what's happening. Now we're starting to say, okay, you know what? This could be the start of a downward move. Now, please don't think that. Well, it may happen, right? We may get a black swan event, but guys, generally black swan events and stuff like that happen after the market starts to make, lower lows and lower highs, after the market starts some sort of a downtrend. If you don't believe me, go back and look at all the biggest crashes in history and tell me what the chart was actually doing at that time, right? Because it was either two things. One, the market was already stepping down and then we got a big drop down like September 11th. Or the market went up so vertically, so high, and then the market crashed. They say it crashed, but it only went down 50% of the move and then continued up, right? This is exactly what happened here at 1987, right? It had a big move up. It only retraced about 50% of the whole entire move, and then it continued up again. That's what happened in 1987. So there we go, guys. That's what I'm looking at there right now on the S&P 500. People have been asking me about the Russell and stuff like that as well too. So this is the Russell 3000, pretty much the same there with the Russell 3000, pretty much the same bit of a double top formation, and now we're coming down through this low through here. So we're starting to get a lot of weakness there on that Russell 3000. If we have a look at that weekly chart here, right? So this weekly chart, bit of a double top, and now it looks like we're trying to break past this low through here, guys. If we do start to break this lower low, that's the tune. To say, okay, you know what? This could be the start now of of a couple of year bear market. This could be the start of a couple of year bear market. But don't go out there and trade that, guys, right? You don't say, well, this looks like the top, I'm going to short the market. Don't do that, right? Now, what you should be doing, you should be having a trading plan, a trading setup, and if you've been making money from that, take a portion of that, which I do. I take about 20% of my profits that I make from my trading, and then I'll put it into things like, something like this. So, okay, it looks like the market's topping out. I'm going to do some longer term investing, just like I did with gold. It's exactly what I did, right? I took about 10% of my profits, and then I actually put it in the gold at the start of the year. And then I've been really benefiting from that, and I'm going to be benefiting from that for the next couple of years, right? So moving on now to the transports. The transports also have been just really no one in control on this overall picture. It's very, very, very sideways movement. And also the Russell 3000, we've been getting sort of the same thing as well too. Major support level through there, right? We did have this big sort of bull flag through, but it's more like a channel here on this Russell 3000, Russell 2000, bam, and also bam through there, right? And so if we start to break this major level through here, now we break this major support, which is 145 on the Russell 2000 ETF IWM. If we break that and we break it quite strongly, firstly, I'm hoping I get my setup to actually go short, because I'm not going to go short just because I think it's going to happen, but I'm hoping I get some sort of setup here on my daily charts. Because if that's the case, then we can probably get a nice run back down towards his lows through here. Let's go back to that daily chart now for a minute. And yeah, there you go. So I'm hoping, let me bring this one up through here. No, this one through here. Right. So I'm hoping that I get my actual setup. I don't have my setup now, but I'm hoping I get my setup here, then a break past 145. And if that happens, then I'm really, really, really happy to go short even the IWM, because that'll be my setup. So I hope you can see here, guys, that if you think that you've got to be wrong, and it's like, oh, the market went down 300 points. Damn, I didn't go short. Don't do that to yourself. Oh, and the market went up 800 points today, and I wasn't long. I'm such an idiot. No, don't do that to yourself. What you think you need to know in order for you to get ahead in the markets is completely wrong. You think you need to know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, and all that sort of stuff. You can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. All you can do is have a setup, some sort of setup on the chart that you believe in, and then trade that. And then if you look at the most successful investors or successful traders of all time, what do? They wait for their setup, right? They wait for their time to enter, and they're very, 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 very patient. And so I want to really, really drive this home, guys. Don't be such a rush to rush into these markets so quickly. Don't be such a rush to get in these markets because you're fearful of missing out if things being taken off like gold and silver, or you want to get in before the breakout happens, or you want to try and pick a top and pick a bottom. Because yes, we may be at a top right now, but guess what? It may not be a top. It might just be a period of the market's gone sideways before we go another run. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Right? So don't try and jump into something because you think you know what's going to happen. Because never trade based on what you think or hope or fear. Because I say, whenever you place a trade based on what you think, hope, or fear, it's never a good idea. And people say, when do you trade? You trade based on a setup, on a chart pattern. And that chart pattern has a success rate, right? Or a chart pattern wrapped around with some trading rules, and that has a success rate. And within that success rate, some of them are going to be losers, and most of them are going to be profits. And as long as you do that and you have good risk management, you will do well. But where do you go wrong? Oh, I'm going to jump in gold right now because it's been going up 20% now. It's going to keep going up. And you have this vision that, oh, it's going to keep going straight up. It's not going to pull back. No, it's not going to pull back. Oh, idiot, a market pulled back against me. The market's manipulated. This market, blah, 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 blah. Right? Like, no, you're just a bad trader. The reason why you lose money in the market is because you are a bad trader, right? Because you're not disciplined at sticking to one setup that you believe in. Simple as that. We can drive fluff there, but guys, here's the thing. The only way that I started to actually really get ahead in the markets is I had to have a hard look in the mirror and say, listen, if I want to get ahead in these markets, if I want to be part of this world called trading, I need to adapt the habits of a success trader. What is that? He is disciplined, consistent, showing up every day, disciplined and patient. He has his setup. And he waits and he waits and he waits and he waits. Well, look at all the books in history, people that have made, $1 million, $2 million, right? Like I think it was Nicholas Davis, like how he made $2 million in I don't know, or how he made $2 million from the stock market or whatever. Like if you look at these people, what do they look at the rules? Look at Gann. Look at all these people that do really well. I look at my mentor who does really well. What is the why is it that these people are successful and maybe you're not, or you're not as successful as you want to be? And for me, right, when I first started trading, and many years after that, when I kept screwing up, I had to say to myself, what's really going on here? And it was two main things that were screwing me up that stopped me from moving forward. And once I switched these things, that's when I started to move forward. And what were they? One is that I was putting too much money on one single trade. So therefore I was emotionally trading, trying to focus on how much money I was going to make that one trade. And every time I did that, I always made a bad mistake, either emotionally or I just got into a trade that I shouldn't even gotten into. And the second one is only taking good quality trades. And knowing that even though this is a good quality trade, this still could be a losing trade. Once I started to flip that, firstly, I wasn't taking trades that met any plan. I was taking trades based on what I think, hope, or fear. And then secondly, when I did that, this looks like a good time. I'm gonna throw my money at this because everyone's been saying this is a good idea. Once I did that, it was all over Red Rover. Meaning my account was about to blow up, and it did pretty much shortly after that. But once I started to develop the whole thing is like, okay, I'm just waiting for this type of setup here. Okay, I'm waiting for this type of setup with these certain rules. Okay, and even though I get a good setup, I understand that right now, this one particular trade I'm in right now, it may be a loss. I have to accept that up front. So if it is a loss, am I protecting myself? And if the answer is yes, then you're good to go. Because now you're no longer emotionally trading. And that's how you continue to slowly grow your account. Like I said before, right? Like yesterday I got into 2 short trades. Both of those, one's a small profit, one's a really good profit. Then I got into another 3 trades today. I don't know which one of these trades are going to be a profit, which one's going to be a big profit, which one's going to be a loss, which one's going to be a small profit. Like, I don't know, right? But I'm in 5 trades right now. I know at least a couple of those are going to be really, really good profits as long as I just stick to my plan and stick to my trade management rules, right? How to maximize these trades and cut my losses, right? So I have rules in place that if it starts to go against me, well, then I know the trade's not working out. So then I get out and I cut my losses short as I can. And if the trade's going for me, I have rules that keep me in that trade so I can, guess what? Then now, even though I have a very high win-loss ratio within my trading system, I'm now doing whatever I can to cut my losses short. And then when the trade is running for me, it's going for me, not to be fearful of losing that profit, just to let it go and doing that thing. And before you know it, I have a very high win-loss ratio. I'm cutting my losses short on the trades that are not working out. And the trades that are running on for profit, I let them go. And more times than not, just by me sitting back and letting the market do its thing, some of these trades turn into really, really big profits. So if I have 5 trades, even if I have 2 losses and I have, say, 1 small profit, and then I have 2 really good home runs, or even if I had 2 losses, 2 profits, and 1 real good home run, guess what? I'm making money. Do you see how that works, right? Because even though I get into a really good trade, one, I don't know what the outcome is going to be with that trade. It could be a loss. It could be a small profit, it could be a big profit, but I never know which trade I'm getting into is going to be any of those. I never know if that, and it's been okay with that. It's okay. I'm in this trade. If this trade's a loss, I'm protecting myself. Okay, and I'm gonna use these trade management rules to minimize my losses and maximize my profits. And I don't know which one's gonna be that big profit, which one's gonna be an okay profit, which one's gonna be a loss or small loss, or which one may even every now and then be a decent loss. You know, it must be a big loss. Now, a big loss means that I understand, even though a big loss, I'm only risking a few % of my account. Make sense? So anyway, guys, I hope this helped you out. I hope this gives you some food for thought. I'm doing this, guys. My mission is to teach you the truth about these markets. It's not a get rich quick thing, right? It never has been. And every time you look at these markets like that, like you need to know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, don't do that yourself. You're beating yourself up like, oh damn, I didn't go short this market. So, oh my goodness, I've been watching this video here and it's like, he says this thing, I've been watching this YouTube video and everything seems to be bullish and the market goes down. He got it wrong. I knew I should have been short. I wanted to be short, but you know, I just don't do that to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. No, you only should have been short this market or long this market or anything once you had your setup in place, right? Now, guys, whatever setup that is for you, you just gotta do that. And if you don't have a setup, that's where you need to start, right? With my coaching program, I give you my trading setup and I give you my trading rules to make sure you're getting into high quality trades and to minimize your losses and to maximize your profits, right? And then I'm there every day or every week doing live coaching calls every week. And then, every day I'm on the Facebook group talking to you about what I'm doing. Like today, right? Got into 3 trades and yesterday got into trades and I let my private clients know. So guys, I hope you can see, and this is the path to you doing well long term. You can do so well out of this market, but don't beat yourself up, right? Yes, you should beat yourself up if you're going to be a complete idiot and doing the same thing over and over again, which is I'm trading based on what I think, hope, or fear. Because remember, trading is not about hope. It's not about luck. It's not about making big money on one trade. No. Because at the end of the day, if you are placing a trade based on what you think is a good idea or what you hope is a good idea or what you're fearful of, say, missing out, that is never, ever a good idea.